Coogan Cassius, IFL TV. We're at Wembley here for the FROCH versus Groves 2 press conference. Carl, during the press conference, you seemed to keep your cool, use a different approach, didn't bite to George Groves' comments. Pitchside rather at Wembley. You pushed him. What enticed that?
He was mumbling in my ear hole, and he was too close. He was in my personal space, so all I did was make some room. That was it. Nothing. No emotion at all. I just pushed him. That's it. Get out of my way. It's like there's only so much childish sort of behaviour I can take. My 4-year-old boy winds me up in a similar way, and I'm not saying that to be in any way stupid or disrespectful, but my kid winds me up. He does it. He knows what he's doing, and he's 4 in June, and it was similar to that. He was being very childish, whispering sweet nothings in my ear hole, and I didn't want him in my space, spitting on me and breathing on me. So I just pushed him out of the way. That was it. Nothing.
You wouldn't say you snapped at that point?
No, not at all. If I snapped, I'd have put a right hand on him or a left hook or a headbutt. I didn't snap.
Okay.
I wasn't angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Seems to be a bit of a hard push. I've just watched it back.
No, have a look. It was a little shove. It was like a little make some room.
Okay.
It didn't go far, did it?
It seemed to go quite far.
My older brother was actually supposed to be on his hands and knees behind him. You know that little thing where you shove someone and they fall over and he was too late. He missed it.
Let's just obviously we're at Wembley today. You tweeted about a week and a half ago that City Ground was a front runner. Did you actually believe that, or was that
because
George
I had a couple of conversations with Eddie and Nottingham Forest, and then was thinking Wembley is maybe too big. Obviously, it's not too big because we've proven that, because the demand for the fight is that big. I think it's already pretty much sold out. I can't believe it. I'm going to have to check what numbers. I think they've released so many tickets.
60,000 went on sale, and then I think they've got an extra 20 there that could go on sale.
It's looking like it's going to be full. So unbelievable. I mean, it wouldn't have warranted going to Nottingham, which is where I would have liked it to be, just because I was born and raised in Nottingham, and Nottingham to me is my city, and it has been great to be there. But London, I lived in London for 5 years at the start of my career. I lived in Clapton and Hackney, and I've got a house in Hornsey near Tottenham, and London's a big part of my life. I love London. Like I say, I've spent the early part, most of my career as a professional in London, fighting at Bethnal Green, and all the lads on the Super 6, the class of 2002, Matthew Furl and David Walker and Lee Meagher, all in London, all together, all running. The roots and the strength I've developed, and the early part of my career all happened in London. So to come back to London at this stage of my career and go from Bethnal Green that holds 1,500 to Wembley Stadium that holds 80,000, for me it makes sense coming back here. It's wonderful.
You've been in countless back-to-back world title fights. Is this the biggest fight of your career?
It's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah. I mean, I've had some big fights, big meaningful fights, but when you're talking about an 80,000 seat stadium on Sky box office, then obviously this is the biggest fight of my career, most definitely. People
seem to suggest that tactically you will go into this fight with a different attitude. How much different will it be from the first fight?
I think
tactically for you?
Mentally I'll be more switched on, and then the tactics can be implemented. I can execute the game plan if I'm concentrating and if my mind's where it should be. So the tactics will probably be the same, but you won't see the same first 6 rounds.
Eddie's planning on taking this round the country as a press tour. How are you going to deal with this? If things like this are happening in the next 3 press conferences, if that's what they are. Once go to Manchester,
I'm looking forward to the press tour. It'd be good. It'd be great to visit the different cities and go around and promote the fight. Looking forward to it. Obviously, I don't interfere with my training too much. It's important that I still get the training in, and let's do the tour. It'd be great. I think Manchester, wonderful city, up to Glasgow, I think, or Edinburgh in Scotland. Maybe do one in Nottingham.
Carl, if George hadn't forced himself into a mandatory position, do you still think this fight definitely would have happened on your behalf?
Yeah, definitely. So this fight warrants not having any world title belts, and it's not bad on the world titles, because the world titles are big things and they mean a lot. But following the controversy after the first fight, this fight needed to happen. This fight was always going to happen.
So how much of options were Chavez, Golovkin, and
the Chavez option was an option, but because he wasn't going to fight until March, and then when we mentioned the Chavez fight, the demand from the public was growing for the rematch with George Groves, and then Eddie Hearn and myself quite fastly realised that, you know, this could be potentially the biggest fight in British boxing history, and we don't want to miss it. I certainly didn't want to miss it. This is going to be a great occasion, a great event. So why would this not happen? This fight's always going to happen.
Your brother was very vocal today in the press conference, or kind of vocal.
He is.
Any
He's a big
thoughts on him?
softy, really. Man, you can punch hard.
Can he?
He is 17 stone though, so he should be able to.
Okay. Well, listen, Cole, thanks for talking to IFL TV as always, and we'll be with you on this press tour, so try not to drive you mad too much. But we're looking forward to it May 31st.
Definitely.
Couldn't catch this, Cole FROCH, IFL TV. Thank you very much.